response video to Woe into the Wicked, the Light of this World, or Double A Amazing. So basically this guy is an evil asshole who goes around preaching on the street with all of this hateful hatred, and he twists the scriptures to fit his racist, evil agenda. This guy is such a wannabe, it's ridiculous. I mean, he has a picture of a black man on there, but look at this guy. He's a freaking honky. He's a white man, an Edomite, the seed of Esau. So, I already schooled this guy in a previous video series where I proved all of his assumptions were absolutely wrong, but as a glutton would have it, he wants some more punishment. So this fool made a video called Trutheracy Knows Nothing. And this blind, ignorant fool is gonna see that I know a hell of a lot more than he ever thought of.
But anyway, he's trying to say double means two bulls, because this guy says that the God of the Bible is a bull god. He says the God of the Bible's name is El, and he's a bull, and he's the planet Saturn, and all kind of madness. So he's trying to say the one you call Jesus Christ never existed and never lived. He's trying to say that the God of the Bible doesn't exist. He's trying to say that the Bible is false. So you know this guy worships Satan. Only a Satanist and a devil worshiper would say some dumb shit like that, man. Only a goddamn devil worshiper would say something like that. In truth, Iracy, he's a devil worshiper. He worships Satan.
Don't you wish, you freaking liar? You're nothing but an ignorant fool. The real truth is I'm a pure good person 100%, and I fight evilness and hatefulness and bullies like you. You see, the truth is you're mind controlled with fake, false, man-made religion, which is why they're known as fear-based religion, where they tell everyone they're going to hell, and they call them devils if they don't join their coven or their cult. You see, I don't belong to any type of secret society. I don't belong to any type of clubs. I don't go to church. I don't belong to any type of religion. I don't join any cults. Nothing. I'm not a pagan. I'm not an atheist. I'm not a Gnostic. None of that crap. I am me, a human born on this earth under the real God, whatever that may or may not be, whatever God or gods are. I am not a cult member like you are. I don't belong to a coven or one type of religion that is man-made. Because the truth is the Bible does not come from the real God at all. God has never said one word ever. The Bible is man-made and written by human beings, not God. That's why I laugh at people that go around asking, what religion are you? I mean, it doesn't matter what a human perceives a religion or what God is, because the truth is something entirely different. No human on earth knows what God is or is not whatsoever. So to go around talking about your perception of what you think God is has absolutely nothing to do with what the real God or gods are. We don't know about them. So it doesn't matter to sit there and waste your time trying to act like you do know about them, when the truth is you know absolutely nothing. Exactly like all humans on earth. We don't know, period. And the real God or gods obviously want it that way. So just because I don't follow your fake man-made religion does not mean that I'm a devil worshiper or a Satan worshiper at all. It's the furthest thing from the truth. I worship the real creator of humans and of all life and the universe and planets and everything. Whatever made us, that's who I worship, not some bull god from the Bible that's man-made. So you see, between the two of us, between you and I, the one that's calling me a devil is actually the one who's a devil, if either one of us really are one. You see, because you are the one that belongs to a coven. You belong to a church or a fake man-made religion. You belong to a death cult that worships the sacrifice or the human blood sacrifice, not me. You see, Christians or religious people like yourself are just polar opposites of a Satanist or a devil worshiper. And the truth is, the devil isn't even real, or Satan's not even real. So That's just a joke in itself. I mean, that's just stupid for you to say that I worship the devil when the truth is the devil's not even real. Even devil worshippers and Satanists don't even believe in the devil. I mean, you're just an ignorant fool. You see, both of you are both polar opposites of one another that were made by the same force, the same Illuminati that is mind controlling both ends. They will get you to join one or the other, but they're behind both sides. So I'm not attacking the Bible because it's the truth. I'm attacking it because it's not the truth. It is the authorized truth. I mean, just ask yourself, why do you think the Bible is the number one printed and number one selling book in the world? I mean, they print billions and billions of these Bibles to ensure the indoctrination and to ensure the mind control of the masses around the world. I mean, why do you think there's a church on every corner? I mean, everywhere you go in every city of this world, there is nothing but churches, block after block, mile after mile, indoctrinating the masses. Just ask yourself, why? I mean, there's even a church for the Satanists, even. Think about it. These churches cost multi millions of dollars to build and maintain. And who pays for it? We do. The sheeple do. And that's exactly why the elite of the world control all of the banks. And that's exactly why you'll find a bank block after block, corner after corner. So, anyway, you believe in the dualistic principle of heaven and hell. So El is the Most High, the bull god of the Bible, which is why the Hebrew alphabet begins and gives life to the alphabet by the Aleph, which of course is the ox or the bull. And this is exactly why Yahweh, which is also the bullhorns of the lunar moon god, also known as Sin or Nana, appears on Mount Sinai, which of course is the Moon Mountain, and that's exactly why there is a bull carved into the mountain. So you see, the bull god of the Bible appears as fire on Mount Sinai. So the bull god in heaven appears as fire. And this is exactly why when Moses comes down from the mountain, he also has the horns, the bull horns of the moon god. And the theme is continued when he comes down and finds the Israelites worshiping the golden calf, which of course is the bull. You see, then we have the devil or the diabolo, which is the bull that is found in hell, because the devil is found in the fire pit of hell. So the polar opposite of heaven is hell, and this is why we find the bull god in hell, which is the devil, the diablo, the bull. So you see, this is why it's called heaven and hell, because if you look at the words, he begins both of them. So he of, which is the Father God, on of the sky, the bull god of the heavens. And then you have he, El, which is the bull god El in hell. This is why you have the devil, Satan, which of course, like you said, is Shad, because the devil and God both appear as Shad or Shaddai, because they are one and the same. They are two polar opposites. And this is why we have Saturn the god and Satan the devil. So you see, this is the essence of duality, because there's two that are actually within one, exactly like the Bible. So this is why we have the struggling brothers of Jacob and Esau. They are fighting over supremacy to see who will win. And this is the same essence of the Star of David or the Star of Divide that comes together as one. So this is why our earth or our world is always in a state of duality, both dark and light, both day and night. which is why we have the dualistic principle of winter and summer that makes our 1 year. So you see, this is why the Bible has the two bulls, which is the paradox of our reality. You see, this is exactly why it's called an equinox, which is talking about the two bulls that are parallel to one another, the two times of the season that are equal to one another. They are parallel to one another. And this is exactly why we have the dualistic principle of duality. They are two parallel universes within the one world. They are dual, like a couple. It is a paradigm. Just like paradise, which is a parallel world to our world. It's like a heaven next to our normal world. So it's the dualistic principle of duality. You see, this is why we have the double, because it's talking about the two bulls or the two realms of reality.
But he says double, rolling on the floor laughing. Double equals two bulls. No, double does not equal two bulls. Check out this site right here. During this whole video, I'm going to be using this site right here a lot. It's called eddiemonline.com.
The more you talk, the more you prove what a dumbite you actually are. I mean, you act like you found some great site or something. Man, that's the first #1 listing that comes up when you do a search for etymology online, you fool. And by the way, I have been using this for years. The word etymology means to find the root meaning or the origin of the very essence of the word at hand. So etymology means ology, the study of, and etym means the true meaning. And the very word double is a double word. It has two syllables. It is a word that is comprised of two separate words that make up a new word. And the two words of double are the duo, which means two, and then the ble, which means the bull. So the word syllable means taking together. The syn means together, like similar. Syn, to sync together. And the ble means the ability or the action. So the word syllable comes from the word syllabus or syllabus. So the bull or the bus or the bos all mean the bull. And as a matter of fact, the earliest recorded syllable are found on tablets that were written around 2800 BC in the Sumerian city of where they worshipped the moon god Nana, also known as Sin, the bull god. So you'll notice on the etymology for the word double, they are telling you that it means twofold, two-faced, or deceitful. So being deceitful means misleading or fraudulent, fallacious. You are deceptive. You are disingenuous. It's false and trickery. You see, it is the DE words, which means the down, the decline, the deceiver. Exactly like the deceiving devil, the trickster, the two-faced liar. So you see, this is exactly why actors are the evil tricksters. They are the deceivers, the two-faced liars. And that's exactly why their logo or their symbol is the jester, the two faces or the double faces of lies and truth. They have the double meaning. So a double meaning is a play on words. It means to be dubious or an innuendo. It's like a double entendre. So it's ambiguous. It's the trickster. It's falsehood. It's the two-faced liar. So a double meaning is when you use a fake mask to cover the actual meaning. Like when someone says, you know what they say about guys with big feet. They're not talking about his feet at all. They're using that to mask the true meaning, which is that guys with big feet have big schlongs. So you see, the very essence of the word double means to be deceitful, to deceive, to mislead, and to be fraudulent, to be disingenuous, and to be deceptive. So this is exactly why when someone tries to deceive us or trick us, we tell them, do not try to bullshit me. And this is exactly why we don't say mouse shit or cat shit or even rhino shit. We say bullshit, which is exactly why we say double, which means the two bulls. It doesn't mean the do mouse or the do cat or the do rhino. No, it means the double, the two bulls, because the bull is synonymous with bullshitting. And this is exactly why we have a fable, which comes from the fabula. It's a fake story with mythical creatures in it. Exactly like the game of Fable. You'll notice the horned creature, and you'll notice the reflection of the character when you flip it upside down is the horned bull. So like I said, colors are relative to the subject at hand. So in this case, you'll notice the devil is colored red because he's down in the underworld where they believe the fire or the lake of fire dwells in the fire pit. So therefore he is the red bull. And then of course the blue bull would be the bull in heaven. But when we're talking about the annual season or the bi-cycle of winter and summer, the colors change. Then the deceiver, the winter time that takes over the red hot summer, is the blue one. So the devil in December is the death of the year, which is why the devil is the evil deceiver who takes over life, and then Jesus will be reborn again to come back and save everyone. And that's exactly why we have the two brothers that struggle and fight over rulership of the year, exactly like the story, or should I say the true story, of Jacob and Esau, the red versus the blue. And by the way, we need air to survive. And actually, we need the oxygen to survive, which again is the theme or the symbol of the bull. And it's the same story with fire. In order for fire to burn, it needs the oxygen. So anyway, you see why the bull is the devil. He is the one that takes over the wintertime and deceives the good summertime. So he's the deceiver. He's the wintertime. He's the bull from hell, which is why he is the bull of the bullshitter. So this is exactly why the Bible is talking about the two bulls and why it has the Old Testament and the New Testament. And this is exactly why they even show you the color symbolism of red and blue. So this is exactly why the Bible has what's known as parables, which is a pair of bulls, the double. Again, we're talking about a double meaning. In other words, we're talking about the deception. We're talking about trying to trick and fool people with double entendres, with parables. That's what they're talking about because they're talking about bullshitting somebody. They're talking about fooling you. And that's exactly why it's called the parables. In fact, the whole book of Psalms is about parables. It's talking about metaphoric theology. And this is exactly why the very word Psalms comes from the essence of the lyre or the lyre. Because the lyre or the lyre comes from the bull, the bullshitter. So anyway, you see how the words fable, double, parable, and bullshit all mean a lie. So let's get back to the etymology of double. You'll notice that they explain to you what duo means. It means two. but they never explain to you what the BLE means, because this is a two-syllable word, da bull, and they never explain to you and tell you the etymology of the BLE, but I will. So you see, this is why we pronounce the phonetic sound of BLE not as blee, but as bull, as in capable or able. And that's exactly why we say double and not doubly. And that's why the suffix of BLE, ABLE, or EBLE, or IBLE, or BUL, or BOL, or BOS all mean the bull. It's the suffix of bull, which gives it the ability, the strength. It strengthens the word and gives it more power. And of course, this action comes from the bull, which is exactly why the phonetic sound is bull.
And I highly suggest this site to anyone out there that's interested in learning the etymology of words and learning where words come from, learning the origin of words.
Is that what you suggest, you blithering wannabe fool, you dumbite? You're actually copying me and trying to say that they should be studying etymology? Well, no, duh. I've been doing it for years and I'm a master at it, and you're a novice, you freaking wannabe fool.
He says the Bible equals two bulls again. Bi equals two and bull. Well, let's check out the etymology on Bible. Here we are again at eddymonline.com. You can see Bible has a pretty big etymology to it, so let's shrink it down a little bit. This says is early 14th century from Anglo-Latin Biblia, Old French Bible, 13th century. The Bible, also any large book, generally from medieval and late Latin. The holy books from Greek Biblion. So this goes all the way back to Greek language, which is an ancient language, about 3,000-year-old language. And it goes back to the word biblion, which means paper and scroll. But the whole point though, the word bull is nowhere in biblion. You can see biblion is a Greek word, and the Greek word for bull is not bull, it's Taurus. Okay, it's like just like you see the zodiac symbol. The zodiac was made popular by the Greeks, and there's a symbol called the Taurus, because that goes back to the Greek word for bull, which is Taurus. Okay, and you see the word Taurus is nowhere inside the word biblion, because the word biblion has nothing to do whatsoever with the bull or the planet Saturn or any of this other bullshit Truth Odyssey is talking about.
Man, you just proved that you're a dumbite. You're a novice. You don't know shit about etymology, and you don't know shit about researching, and I'll show you exactly why you're the fool. First of all, ancient papyrus comes from ancient parchment, which was made from animal skins, like calf skins, sheep skins, and goat skins. And the ancient papyrus was first manufactured in Egypt as far back as the 3rd millennium BC. Papyrus skulls were called parchment, which were prepared on animal skins, like that from cows. Because bulls, cows, and calves were sacred to the ancient Kemetans, which were the Egyptians. Like this ancient parchment from the ancient world of medieval times, they did DNA testing and found it was made from animal skin, and specifically from calves' skin. So the Bible came from ancient writings that were written on ancient papyrus, which was parchment, which came from animal skin. And yes, later they made the Bible from the papyrus plant, which came from Byblos. So papyrus and the Bible takes its name from the Phoenician city known as Byblos, which is a Greek name. It's a Greek name for the Cana-Phoenician city known as El Jabal, exactly like Jabel Musa. Baal, the worship of the bull, because in Cana Phoenicia is where they worshipped the bull. So Byblos is the Greek name for the Cana Phoenician city of Jabal. So the Cana Phoenician name of GBL is derived, and I quote, from El, the supreme god of Byblos. And we all know that El is the bull god from ancient Cana Phoenicia. So if you would have done your research, you would have found that Byblos or Jabal was created around 5000 BC, and it was created by the god Cronus, and Cronus is Saturn El. And Cronus or Saturn El is the father god of Zeus or Jupiter. Which brings me back to paper and papyrus. You see, the very word papyrus comes from the papas, the Greek papas, or the papa, which means the father, the pater, the patriarch. That's why we have the patriarchal that gives us our paper and our books, which actually came from the matriarchal worship of the goddess, thus the May tree, the worship of the phallic pole or the L. So you see, this is why we find the maypole or the phallic bull penis at the Vatican, where you'll find the Father God, the Pope, which is the Papa. And that's exactly why you can see the Pope or the Father God holding the bull penis, the staff of the bull penis. And that's exactly why the Pope or the Father issues the papal bull. So you see, in Cana Phoenician, in Paleo Hebrew, the Ab or the Av is the father, the house of the ox, which is the bull, the Papa bull or the father bull, El. So you see, this is why when you go to the home of the Father Bull, the city of the Vatican, you'll find the obelisk, which is the bull penis, which is why you will find St. Peter's Basilica, named after the Saint Peter. And like I said, the word Peter or Pete means Papa or Petre, the father, Peter. So you see, the word Peter is synonymous with Petrus or the Petros. It means the rock, like the rock hard penis. Which is why Jesus says, "You are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church." Which is exactly why Peter is the head of the church. And by the way, that's why we have Peter Pan, the fertility god. So you see, this is why the Vatican has the statue of Peter. And the truth is, they changed the name to Peter from Jupiter, which is Jew Peter. And Jupiter, or the Jew Peter, is the Petre, or the father, Zeus, who overthrew his father, Cronus, or Saturn. So now you know why you find all the sex symbolism at the Vatican. So now you'll understand why the ancient Hebrew Israelites, the high priests, would anoint the phallic stone. So now you'll understand the true meaning of the Temp-El Mount and the Dome of the Rock, which is talking about the phallic penis head, which is also known as the Stone of Destiny, which is why the coronation rock or stone sits beneath the queen as she sits on top of the phallic penis or the phallic stone. So anyway, Jupiter is Zeus, who is the bull, the Petre, the father, the papa.
He said paradox equals a pair of ox equals two bulls. Okay, let's check out the etymology for the word paradox, because I bet you it has nothing to do with oxes or bulls. Okay, here we are at eddymonline.com once again. Paradox comes from the 1530s from the Latin paradoxum. So it comes from the Latin paradoxum, paradox. Statement seemingly absurd yet really true. It comes from the Greek, an even older language, paradoxon, from the neutral adjective paradoxos, contrary to expectation, incredible. From para, because paradox consists of two words. The first one is para, which means contrary to, plus doxa, opinion. And that word comes from dokim, which means to appear, seem, and think. So dokim doesn't sound anything like ox or bull. Like I already said before, this is a Greek word. Paradox is a Greek word, okay? And the Greek word for bull is not bull, it's Taurus, okay? So once again, this guy Truth Irish, he fails. He doesn't know the etymology of words. He doesn't know the meaning of words, okay? The word paradox has nothing whatsoever to do with bulls or L or Saturn.
That's some funny shit. You proved once again, Dumbite, that you're nothing but a blithering fool.